In the summer of 2016, I was in love. In so much deep and desperate love. It was early in the summer, and we had decided to go away on a beach vacation. So it was me and my new love and another couple who, actually had the connection for the beach house. And we get in the car to go down there, and we were meeting the other couple down there at the beach house that she was borrowing. On the way, we get into an argument. And at the time, I was actually back together with this guy, Chad, right? Because I had broken up with him because of his opioid addiction, which admittedly, due to the fact that he had a back injury in the early 1990s, and that central Pennsylvania was one of 3 areas of this fabulous country that the pharmaceutical companies targeted with their new pain drugs, is certainly beside the point. But he was sober, and he had been for several months. And hence, we were back together again. What they say in AA is that you should never, ever go to the hardware store hoping to buy bread. But what they don't tell you about is every time you go to the hardware store and you're thinking you need to buy bread, and there's just signs with bread for sale up all over the place, it can be very confusing. But he was newly sober, and we got to the beach resort, and he said, I don't like those oxys. They're just not for me, but I can drink, babe. It's gonna be fine. And I believed that with every fiber of my being, of course. And of course, he proved me wrong when he drank an entire bottle of tequila. I didn't realize that it was an entire bottle, but it was. And then we went out to dinner, and he pushed this old lady, and I broke up with him in the middle of the street, screaming at him. And I broke up with him ultimately in January of 2019, when, after finally having believed that he was really going to stop drinking this time, he drank a bottle of vodka this time and then tried to drive me home and almost killed me in the car. And that's when I broke up with him. And none of this really makes sense in terms of coming home right, except for today. Because today, I got a call from my doctor. I've been having a lot of pain in my legs. And I've been going to doctor after doctor and just saying, hey, look, man, I'm not an addict, Just give me some opioids just for a couple of weeks, I'm in so much pain. And they're like, you take some Tylenol and maybe some prednisone, and you'll be fine. And now I have a different reality, right? I have to come home into my own body and understand what I can and cannot do now that I'm here. But what I do know is that despite this agony that I'm experiencing every day, it's because of people like Chad that we have, like the complete unwillingness to actually prescribe these medications anymore. Chad, most likely due to his opioid addiction for 30 years, finally had a heart attack and passed away at the age of 54 about a year and a half ago. But somehow, I'm just gonna be grateful for this pain-riddled body.